Hello everyone, it is eVill. Welcome back to my channel. I was wondering what the heaviest land predators are and decided to make a little video about them with some additional information. This list isn't made up of pure carnivores, since animals like bears often eat berries and stuff, so I included omnivores too. Basically, this video is about the largest land meat eaters, doesn't matter how much. Also, since this is a video about land predators, I didn't include seals or crocodiles, since, you know, they stay in the water most of the time. And all of the maximum weights I included on this list are from the wild. Record-breaking pets will be ridiculously fat, and I don't think that is indicative of how large the animal is in the wild. Also, the reason why this is a top 20 instead of a top 10 is because that would be unsurprising. And actually, this list starts from the 23rd spot, with the reticulated python weighing in at 59 kilograms. The reason I decided to start the list here is because these snakes often grow to over 100 kilograms in captivity. So think of this as a honorable mention, and because of that, number 22, the sun bear, weighing in at 68 kilograms. Yes, this is a real animal. It is the smallest species of bear and eats mostly insects, fruit and honey. So basically Winnie the Pooh. 21, the cheetah, weighing in at 69 kilograms, so 1 kilogram higher. These poor kitties are currently on the brink of extinction, with barely 6,000 living animals remaining, and that number is decreasing, by the way. For the time being, they are alive and take the 21st spot. Number 20, the chimpanzee, weighing in at 70 kilograms, so 1 kilogram more again. Our cousins are aggressive predators and not in the EDP way. While you might imagine them eating bananas and stuff, they actually often hunt monkeys and similar animals in organized groups, similar to how humans or wolves would hunt. Chimpanzees are shorter than the average human, but they are more bulky and they could beat up basically anyone, sort of like a professional fighter, pretty easily. Number 19, the brown hyena, reaching a weight of 72 kilograms. Another species at threat of extinction with around 10,000 remaining individuals. This is the second largest species of hyena and often steals kills from other predators by intimidating them. Number 18, the grey wolf, reaching a weight of 79 kilograms. I know that there are dog breeds bigger than this, but those are not wild animals, okay? Wolves mostly hunt deer and moose, but they also go for smaller prey. Also, wolves rarely hunt humans, but I wouldn't recommend trying if that is true or not. Number 17, the spotted hyena. Reaching a weight of 90 kilograms, it is the heaviest species of hyena and definitely the most famous, like these are the only ones you see. Spotted hyenas are actually active hunters and not scavengers. They do steal kills, but not very often. They most commonly hunt wildebeest and zebras. Number 16, the Central African rock python, reaching a record weight of 91 kilograms. A very small upgrade again. While this snake is shorter than the reticulated python, it is stockier and grows heavier in the wild. And they basically eat every single animal that they can fit into their mouth without dying. Also, there are some records of them eating small humans, but adults are too big for their mouths to fit into them. The largest animal known to have been eaten by these snakes was a 59 kilogram impala. Number 15, the Burmese python, reaching a record weight of 98 kilograms. You probably heard of these snakes because they are infamously invasive in Florida. They got established there because they became a popular pet and then hurricanes freed them from captivity. Classic Florida, you know. Burmese pythons also eat anything that they can catch, from rabbits to birds to alligators, and as an invasive species their competitors aren't adapted to dealing with them. Funnily enough, they are actually vulnerable in their home in Southeast Asia, so this is basically their colony that they are surviving in. Number 14. The mountain lion, or puma, or cougar, or panther, with a record weight of 105 kilograms. Pumas hunt deer, moose, goats and sheep, but in South America they focus more on smaller prey items like the capybara, possibly because of competition with the jaguar. Pumas sometimes attack humans, but it is a very uncommon behavior, contrary to kind of popular belief, I guess. Number 13. The leopard, with a weight of 108 kilograms. Leopards hunt small to medium-sized prey, like small antelopes and monkeys, but sometimes they also attack larger animals. Despite being larger than hyenas, leopards often lose their kills to them because hyenas live in packs, and of course they also lose their kills to lions. Because of this, they take their prey to the trees so that they can enjoy their meal in peace. Even though most people consider the leopard to be African, they are also found in Asia. Because leopards hunt monkeys, you can probably imagine that they also attack humans. Attacks happen most often in Nepal, with 55 people being killed by leopards every year. Leopard attacks in Africa are much more uncommon. Number 12. The jaguar, coming in with a shocking weight of 158 kilograms. So a very big jump in percentages here. Interesting that these three big cats are back to back on the list, by the way. Jaguars look very similar to leopards, except they are bigger and they are bulkier, and most often jaguars hunt anteaters and capybaras, but populations close to rivers also hunt turtles and crocodilians. Even fish. In my opinion, they are really cool. Unlike leopards, jaguars rarely attack humans, but once again I don't recommend you try this at home. Number 11. The green anaconda, with a confirmed record weight of 163 kilograms. This is the largest species of snake alive. I was close to not including them because they spend a lot of time in water, but I found information about them hunting on land too and decided that's good enough, they qualify for this video. Green anacondas, much like other boas, because they are boas by the way, hunt practically everything. They most commonly eat caimans, capybaras and other similar animals. Basically, whatever exists in the river is something that they eat. Here I need to make a bit of a personal observation on this, by the way, because while I was researching for this video, I noticed that people constantly overestimate how big snakes and crocodiles are. Every species has claims of like 12 meters, 10 meters long, and that would mean anacondas rival the size of titanoboa, and I do not think that is the case, quite frankly. Like, the largest specimens ever found aren't even reaching 8 meters, so 12 meters? I don't know about that. Number 10. The largest lizard in the world, the Komodo dragon, coming in at a maximum of 166 kilograms. Although this changes a lot because the Komodo dragons eat like their entire weight worth of animal carcasses when they are eating. Komodo dragons were the apex predators on the island of Flores, although they have since gone extinct from there and they are now relegated to just a few Pacific islands. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on where you live and what you think of them. Komodo dragons don't actually use bacteria to hunt, their mouths are just really fucking disgusting. Instead, they have a type of venom that stops blood from clotting, at least somewhat. Komodo dragons hunt large prey like wild pigs and water buffalo, and they even attack humans when given the opportunity, but this is not very common. Number 9. The sloth bear. This is a relatively unknown bear and grows up to 192 kilograms. Sloth bears are insectivores and don't normally hunt other mammals, but when they are attacked, they choose to fight every single time, and that usually scares the predators away. Tigers sometimes hunt sloth bears, but it is not an easy battle thanks to their strong claws, and basically, if the tiger isn't able to surprise the bear, the bear is going to be okay because the tiger gives up on the hunt immediately. Because of this predator-prey relationship, the sloth bears are the most aggressive species of bear and will often attack humans on sight. Even though they don't really eat the people that they attack, the attacks are often strong enough to cause lethal damage. Also, when these bears are fighting, they look really cool. It's like, these bears remind me a lot of anteaters, which, by the way, are not big enough to reach this list, unfortunately. There used to be anteaters that were big enough, but those are extinct nowadays. Number 8, the Asian black bear, coming in at 200 kilograms. Yes, this is a separate species and, not very surprisingly, it is related to the American black bear. Who would have known? These bears are omnivorous and eat a wide range of foods. Asian black bears are also very aggressive towards humans, probably because of the exact same reason that the sloth bears are. Basically, tigers are grieving them. Number 7, the spectacled bear, weighing up to 220 kilograms, which is like 3 times my body weight already, so we are getting into the big boys now. Spectacled bears are the last survivor of the short-faced bears. This group includes the largest carnivorous mammals ever. They even used to dwarf polar bears back in the Ice Age. Those bears, however, are now extinct, and the spectacled bear is the last survivor, and it barely qualified on this list, because it's only eating like 5 to 7% meat. Spectacled bears are still competent hunters, and they sometimes hunt animals like the llamas, tapirs, and domestic cattle. They live exclusively in the mountains of South America. Number 6, the wild boar. Heaviest of them being up to 360 kilograms. You might be thinking, what is a pig doing on this list, but it is here because the wild boars are comparably as carnivorous as some bears, and it would be completely arbitrary to not include them. Especially because wild boars in Central Asia, where they grow the largest by the way, regularly feed on fish. Seeing domesticated pigs probably made you think they are kind of pathetic, but these things are absolute murder machines when given the chance. And number 5, the lion, with a maximum recorded weight of 375 kilograms. Lions are rightfully very famous as the largest land carnivore in Africa, and thanks to hunting the largest prey possible, so elephants basically. Although lions aren't the kings of the jungle, they live on the savannah. They mostly hunt antelopes, but really they go after anything that is big, and they often steal prey from cheetahs, leopards and hyenas, and probably other lions too. I don't know actually, maybe not. Anyway, they are the kings of the African savannas. And number 4, the tiger. Specifically the Bengal tiger. It reaches a little bit above the lion at 388 kilograms. Tigers are the only carnivores to regularly prey on other carnivores in the top 10 of this list, and they are also the most dangerous predator for humans. It used to be so bad in the 1900s that there was a tiger responsible for 430 human fatalities just by itself, just one tiger. Tigers legitimately hunt humans as prey sometimes, and because of their ambush tactics, humans only became very dangerous to them after guns became more common. Because of the many fatalities caused by the tigers, they are nowadays poached way too heavily, and their numbers have plummeted, down to only 5,600 and decreasing. There are still around 85 fatalities yearly caused by tigers, and obviously that is partly human fault for ruining their hunting grounds and forcing them to go after humans by hunting all of the animals that lived in the forests, but anyway, they do that. And as a result of humans hunting them back, the average tiger has gotten a lot smaller than it was historically, so who knows, maybe if we were 100 years in the past, I would be making a video about the tiger that is 488 kilograms instead. It would be possible. Number 3, the American black bear. And you probably were not expecting this thing to be above the lions and the tigers, and obviously the average weight is lower, but the maximum weight is a bit higher at 399 kilograms. And that beats the lion and the tiger pretty comfortably, so here we are. Black bears are the most common bear by a large margin, probably because of their docility. There are 750,000 black bears in America, yet only one person is killed by them yearly. Do you know how insane that is? That is lower than moose, that is lower than other people, that is way lower than other people actually, so yeah, they are innocent. And whenever attacks do occur, it is usually because someone has been feeding the bears, and you know, feeding wild animals is probably not a very good idea, I think. Black bears don't normally hunt large animals, and instead they focus on hunting fish and insects. However, they will sometimes go after a larger prey too, and in particular in areas like Labrador that are lacking in vegetation, black bears will often hunt caribou because they don't have anything else to eat. Number 2, the brown bear. With a maximum weight of a whopping 747 kilograms. That is a bit ridiculous. Brown bears are also omnivorous, and 90% of their diet is plants. They eat absolutely everything edible though, and thanks to their power they are able to hunt even adult moose and bison. That means that the bears might attack domestic cattle and then also eat the wheat that was grown on the fields. Not all brown bears are immune to predators, and Siberian tigers sometimes hunt them. Keep in mind that the bears in that area are usually closer to the 200 kilogram mark, so the large Kodiak bears from Alaska would definitely be safer from tigers. Bears rarely fight other large predators, and instead they prefer to intimidate them away from kills. Number 1, the polar bear. The polar bears are the heaviest land carnivores by a large margin. The heaviest ever recorded polar bear weighed 1 ton and 2 kilograms. That is a ridiculous amount for a land animal in general. Polar bears are actually so big that they are regularly larger than the heaviest recorded brown bear. And of course, polar bears are hypercarnivores. They do not eat plants, and instead they focus on eating seals that they catch resting on the ice. They prefer attacking smaller seals like the ringed seals because it is easier to hold them in place and stop them from escaping into water. But when they get desperate, they can also attack like giant walruses and everything. Nothing is really off the table there, you know, as long as they can catch it. Polar bears also eat cetaceans, waiting at areas where they surface to ambush and subdue them. So basically they hunt the beluga whales and the narwhals. And that definitely makes them the only terrestrial carnivore to also hunt whales. There is nothing even close to being able to do that. Just 10,000 years ago, there would have been other species on Earth that were closer to the polar bears and might have even been bigger than them, like the short-faced bear, but those have since gone extinct, so that is the list that we have right now. If you are interested in seeing more videos, I could make one on the crocodiles and maybe one on the sharks as well, you know, if you just give me enough interest. And who knows, I mean, dinosaurs would also be good for this topic. And yeah, I am now completely exhausted after recording this entire video. This was a very long one, it was not supposed to be. By the way, fun fact, I wrote the script in one day, in maybe 7 hours, so I might have gone clinically insane with this. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe so that I am not forced to work at McDonald's and I can do what I like instead. So yeah, bye bye everyone and see you next time.